welcome back to my channel. So, I'm not bald, I just have small lines. So, I quickly want to talk to you guys about freelancing from rural areas or townships. It really breaks my heart when someone who is in a better town than me thinks that there aren't opportunities or that there aren't any there's nothing that they can do to earn money online. And I think it's even more heartbreaking if someone has the tools to make a success of themselves online. For example, they have uncapped Wi Fi, or they have a laptop handy, or they are close to places where they can buy supplies, for example, things like that. Like, I think that completely shatters me because I would kill to live in a town where I have access to everything, where I have uncapped Wi Fi, where I have that booster on the Wi Fi so that you can continue having Wi Fi even when there's load shedding. I would kill for all of that. But I don't, but I still survive. So that's what I'm here to talk to you about. What to look out for, what type of mindset to develop, all of these other things. But at the end of the day, it's completely up to you. You're the only one who can make a success out of this, right? I'm not a professor in this, but I feel like I've done it long enough for me to know that had I been in a better environment, I would be thriving. And the fact that I am thriving here suggests that you, if you're in a better situation than I am, you can do way better than me at the moment. As I'm filming this, we have load shedding. So rather than watch downloaded YouTube videos or the YouTube app like I want to, I'm filming because that's what you do when you're on your own. You manage your time, you manage your what you get down, your what you get done, your output, you manage your productivity. So rather than waste time, I thought that this would be the best use of my time because I just don't know when else I'll have free time. So I want to make sure that you understand that you are the one who is in charge of making this work. As you can see, I skipped the whole makeup bit. I don't even have earrings today. But just side note, I think I'm ready to be bald. I thought I was gonna look scary bald, but I think I'm ready to be bald. I think I would be a cute bald lady. If you don't agree, we'll have to I'll have to see you in 5 years when my afro grows back. Anyway, let's get into this. So the first thing that you need to know about freelancing, starting a business, and when I say start a business, I don't mean brick and mortar. Like I don't mean selling a product by the street or something like that. If that's what you want to do, do that. But I am an introvert. I hate going outside. I'm not that great at meeting new people, but I think I'm getting better at meeting people online though. Like I don't know if that makes a difference or not. Anyway, so my first tip is don't rely on your community for you to be able to make a living. And I've done this. I've tried to do this in the past. It doesn't work. And more likely than not, they will try to undervalue your services because the town has, on average, a low income expectation. Let's call it that. But that doesn't need to be the fact for you. You're lucky if you stay in a town or place where people understand the prices of things. But if you stay in a rural area, somewhere rural, and I mean like Northern Cape, Pumalanga, maybe Eastern Cape, I'm not sure. I'm not that familiar with KZN. Okay, let me not go down all the provinces. I hope you understand what I mean. Where it looks like there are no opportunities around millennials or people between the ages of, let's say, 18 and 34, majority of them are not working, and that's what you are surrounded with. And in order for someone to be successful, they need to leave the area. That's the type of area that I'm talking about. So it's not to say that there aren't a lot of opportunities like that. In between, especially in a township, in between, there are people who can actually afford your price range. So it's all about um, selecting the right people from there, but also going online to find people who are just like you, who need a person like you and the services that you offer. For example, the cake baking industry. Some people might think that it's saturated. It's like everyone goes to one person for their cakes. That's not true. Like even today, someone can start making cakes and selling it online or whatever. People will still buy it because it's a constant evolving need. It's not like only one person can provide like that particular service. Same with hair. The person who's doing my hair now, she's been doing it for a year. Right before that, I was doing my own hair for like 4 years or something like that. Mainly because people complain about my afro. But before that, there was someone else. Like people have different things. That's why you have different perfumes and different things that you subscribe to. That's why you have different SIM cards. You're not just loyal to MCN or Vodacom. You are with all of them, right? So I'm saying all of that to say that first of all, don't rely on your just community to sell services. There's also an online community that you can tap into. Secondly, in that same point, is that don't allow someone to negotiate your price. The price is the price, okay? Because chances are you'll over deliver and not get your money's worth. And then you're still stuck with your own bills and your own medical aid that you must pay and your own bank charges and all of these things that you must pay. So don't allow someone to undervalue your services. If, for example, someone wants to lower the price, also lower the service or lower the product. It's like not everything needs to be a negotiation. Then understand exactly who you're selling to. So recently I spoke to someone about writing, and she was talking about how writers are indispensable. I hope I'm using that word right, but basically like you can swap out writers and go with the cheapest option. Like nobody wants to pay for quality writing anymore, and I think that is not true because I've seen the online writing space and there's always someone looking for someone else to take the writing element off of their to-do list, right? And but you have to always be aware of who your audience is. But again, also make use of the online space because someone online in a different town where there are better opportunities, where the disposable incomes are higher, they don't have the same problems as the ones that you are dealing with in your community. And I think that's why you shouldn't be online just posting pictures of like weddings and like all these things, which are all great. You should be using your social media to make money. That's what people are doing. They're using their social media to make money, to market themselves, to build personal brands, to get brand sponsorships and all these things. And I think it's a shame that not everybody knows that. Like everybody thinks that social media, or most people, some people think that social media is just a place where you post pictures. People are making a killing off of TikTok, like a killing, millions of dollars on TikTok. But it's not just TikTok, it's also YouTube, it's also Instagram and Facebook and all these platforms where people are making money. So definitely utilize your online world in order for you to increase your revenue streams. Same breath, for example, if you're looking for people who can pay you 5,000 Rand a month in retainers, then you need to be looking for people who can afford to pay writers or social media managers or marketing experts 5,000 Rand a month as retainers, you know? And if you're not working for them only, for example, if you want a stable job where they pay you, I don't know, 20,000 Rand to be their marketing, in-house marketing counsel, and you are not looking at anybody else, and that's fine for you, do that. But if let's say you're looking to have how many 6 clients paying 5,000 Rand, and that's in total is like 30K, then you need to look for people who have budgets big enough for that. Don't go after a solopreneur because they don't have 5K to pay someone to manage their socials, especially if they're not making that amount of money in sales or bookings or anything like that. So always be aware of who your target is. I mean, I'll always be talking about this because I feel like this is the difference in between declaring a business a failure or declaring it successful. The last thing is something that's quite personal to me because I've always been that person who says, oh, they probably have someone, when you look at a company, you're like, oh, I would love to work with them or anything like that. And then you also apply to work at that particular company and you'd never hear back on your applications. And now that you're a freelancer, or let's say you got retrenched, you're sitting at home, you're thinking, what, like, what can I do with my expertise? And you're thinking, oh, like, they probably have someone who does this for them. And then you self reject, you never even try. That's like the biggest mistake I've ever made in my entire life. And that's the thing that I try to fight against every single day. um, so don't worry if someone is already doing the job that you want to do. Pitch for that particular thing that you think that they already have someone for, and also mention a couple of other things that you do, and talk to the right person, meaning talk to someone in charge. This is where LinkedIn comes in. So people freely tell you on LinkedIn that they are like head of marketing or head of content or head of all these things on LinkedIn. Why are you afraid to reach out to them? Because they are actively on LinkedIn, because it's good for their social profile to show all the things that they're doing. So chances are someone will answer you on LinkedIn, or you can request a meeting with them on LinkedIn, and then you can get like into the room with them on Zoom or whatever, and just plead your case or whatnot. I don't want to use the expression plead your case, but you get what I mean? So use LinkedIn to get into people's spaces, get in the room, ask questions. Sometimes even asking questions will indicate to you whether they have someone who does that particular thing or not. Just because a company has one content writer doesn't mean that they are not looking for more. Um, Recently I actually listened to a podcast where the one girl who owns a writing company said that she's always looking for talent. She's always looking for people who can fill in for her current freelancers if, let's say, they are on some sort of break. She doesn't force them to work if they don't want to work. Like, she just replaces them, not permanently, but you get what I mean. So maybe when you reach out to someone, you're reaching out to them at the right time when they need someone to do something for them. That's actually how I got to work with one of the most awesome women on the planet recently. Actually, two awesome women on the planet. I reached out to them okay, the one reached out to me on social media, which was awesome. Um, and it's funny, I was sharing my review from Fiverr, that I got such a great review because I wrote a chapter in someone's book. And what people don't know is that that chapter, my first draft, got sent back. And the lady said that she felt I didn't really follow her instructions properly. And then I had to write a brand new one from scratch. And she loved the second one. And that's the one that she accepted. So a lot of great things can happen for you online if you just know where to look. That's like the biggest thing that I think people are just not sure where to look. And another thing is that the internet is just so overwhelming these days. So many, like, last month a brand new app came out called Be Real, and I'm just like, I haven't even joined not I haven't joined I haven't even joined TikTok, and already there's like a brand new social app that that I follow are talking about called Be Real. I'm just like, no. You have to put yourself out there. That's like my mantra for the year. Put yourself out there. The worst thing that they can do is say no to you. That's the worst thing that can happen. But that's the worst thing that can happen if you put yourself out there. But the worst thing that you can do to yourself is not to try, thinking that they probably have someone who's better than you, or they probably have someone. I mean, had I not started writing on Fiverr last year, I wouldn't have gotten three of the writing jobs that I have right now. And I'm not a writer. I'm not a qualified content writer. Um, but I write. Anyway, so I hope that you guys hear what I'm saying, because I don't want to offend anybody, but at the same time, I want people to realize that you can be sitting in the most remote farm plot somewhere as a creative, and there are so many opportunities out there for you. It's really a matter of looking. And I know YouTube can be a spiral, but if you follow the right people who give the right intel, you can actually be ahead of the game. Like, you can know where to get stuff. Just don't buy everything that you see. Um, get to trust people. Invest like 2 years of your time into them before you buy their $1,000 packages or like a $50 consultation or something like that. Okay, buy the $50 consultation earlier, but you get what I mean. So I'm gonna stop right there. This video is way longer than I wanted it to be. I hope you guys get inspired to just take risks and pitch to people that you'd love to work with, and that it goes well. I really hope so. Okay, guys, we'll talk soon. Bye.